What if your thoughts held the blueprint to your entire future and Elon Musk has already cracked the code? What if your thoughts held the blueprint to your entire future and Elon Musk has already cracked the code? Imagine being able to reshape your reality not by changing the world around you first, but by first transforming what's happening inside your mind. This isn't science fiction. It's science, and it's the secret behind some of the most powerful success stories in history. Elon Musk didn't just build rockets and electric cars. He built a mindset so unshakable, it turned wild dreams into global revolutions. And now, you're about to discover how that same power already lives inside you. Elon Musk often says, "Your mind is the limit. As long as your mind can envision something, you can do it." That statement isn't just motivational fluff. It's rooted in a deep understanding of the power of thought. Every breakthrough Musk has made, from launching SpaceX when NASA said it was impossible to risking everything on Tesla when critics laughed in his face, started with a thought. A thought so powerful, it overpowered fear, doubt, and even logic. That's the level of positive thinking we're talking about. Not fake positivity, not denial, but focused belief, strategic optimism, and a refusal to give up on a vision, no matter how many people say no. You see, positive thinking isn't just about feeling good. It's a force, it's a tool, and when used correctly, it can turn you into a machine of unstoppable momentum. Elon doesn't wake up every day feeling like a superhero. In fact, he's admitted to dealing with overwhelming stress, anxiety, and uncertainty. But he trained his mind to ask one powerful question: what's the best possible outcome? That simple shift pulls him away from panic and pushes him into progress, every time. Think about it. Most people live their lives reacting to their circumstances. Elon? He creates them. That's the power of thinking differently. When most saw a broken car industry, he saw an opportunity to redefine it. When most accepted Earth as the only home we'll ever have, he dared to imagine life on Mars. And none of that started with money, or fame, or power. It started with a mindset, a mental blueprint so precise, it refused to entertain anything but forward motion. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Elon Musk didn't inherit that mindset. He built it. Slowly, deliberately, and painfully. As a child, he was bullied, isolated, and dismissed. He found refuge in books, in code, in his imagination. He trained his brain to focus not on what was, but what could be. And that one habit, seeing possibility instead of limitation, is what created the empire you see today. So, if you're thinking, "I'm not Elon Musk," remember, he wasn't always Elon Musk either. He became him, one thought at a time. So, how do you start building that same mindset? The first step is to catch your thoughts. Your brain runs on patterns. If you think, "I can't," long enough, your mind accepts it as truth. But the reverse is also true. If you start thinking, "I can figure this out," your brain begins wiring for possibility. Elon trains his mind by constantly asking questions like, "Is there a better way? What am I missing? What's possible here?" These questions break the loop of negativity and pull your thoughts into a space where creativity lives. Here's something wild. Neuroscience confirms that your brain can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined thought and a real experience. That's why visualization works. Elon uses this trick all the time. Before he builds anything in the real world, he builds it in his mind. He visualizes outcomes, simulates failures, walks through every step in his head. This kind of thinking doesn't just prepare you, it programs you. It tells your brain, "This is happening," long before it does. And that's where most people go wrong. They wait to believe until they see proof. Elon believes first. That belief becomes the proof, and that's what changes everything. If you want to live differently, you must think differently. Start right now. Imagine the best version of yourself. Not the person you hope to become someday, but the person you already are underneath the fear, doubt, and hesitation. Think like that person. Walk like that person. Make decisions from that mindset. Because the moment you do, the world starts shifting to match. You don't need to be a billionaire to use this. You don't need a degree or followers or the perfect timing. All you need is the courage to rewire your thoughts and the discipline to do it daily. Elon Musk isn't successful because he thinks positively once in a while. He's successful because he's mastered the art of training his mind to serve his vision. And you can too. Every thought you think is a vote for the future you're building. So, start casting better votes. Ask better questions, expect better outcomes. And when doubt shows up, and it will do what Elon does, zoom out, see the big picture, focus on the possibility, and above all, keep moving forward. Because in the end, the world doesn't just belong to those who dream. It belongs to those who dare to think boldly, wildly, and positively. Your thoughts are your most powerful weapon. Use them like Elon Musk and change your life from the inside out. Before he was the world's richest man, Elon Musk faced failure, loss, and ridicule. What kept him going? A mindset you can adopt today. What if I told you that the key to your greatest breakthrough is hidden inside your worst breakdown? Elon Musk didn't become a world-changing innovator because life went easy on him. In fact, some of his most legendary successes were born in moments of complete collapse when everything was falling apart and everyone told him to give up. But instead of surrendering, Elon turned pain into power. He used positivity, not the shallow kind, but the kind that digs deep when you're at your lowest. And that's what you need to understand today. Not how to stay positive when life is good, but how to stay positive when life hits back. Rewind to 2008. Elon Musk was on the edge. SpaceX had just failed 3 rocket launches in a row. Tesla was bleeding money. The economy was crashing. And to top it off, his personal life was unraveling. He was going through a brutal divorce, sleeping on friends' couches, and pouring the last of his own money into 2 companies everyone said were doomed. This wasn't just stress, it was a full-on meltdown. Most people would have walked away, but not Elon. Because in that darkness, he clung to one unshakable belief: there's always a way forward. Elon's version of positivity isn't naive, it's strategic. He doesn't ignore problems. He faces them head-on but refuses to let them define him. That's a critical difference. Most people experience failure and internalize it. They think, I failed, so I must be a failure. But Elon separates his identity from his outcomes. He treats failure as data, feedback, nothing more. And that mindset is what gives him the courage to keep going when everything's burning down around him. During those darkest hours, Elon kept asking himself one question: what matters most right now? That question cuts through fear. It grounds you, forces your mind to stop spiraling and start solving. When SpaceX was on its last dollar, he didn't focus on the fear of losing. He focused on getting the next rocket right. When Tesla was mocked by the auto industry, he didn't obsess over criticism. He focused on making a car people would fall in love with. And when the world doubted him, he chose to believe in something bigger than himself, a future worth building. You see, positive thinking doesn't mean you ignore reality. It means you choose what part of reality to focus on. Elon could have focused on the losses, the failures, the critics, but he chose to focus on the mission, and that focus became his fuel. That's the power of purpose. It gives your pain a direction. When your why is big enough, the how finds a way. One of the most powerful things Elon does is reframe setbacks as stepping stones. He doesn't just survive hard times, he uses them. Think about it. Without those rocket failures, SpaceX wouldn't have learned how to land boosters. Without the early struggles, Tesla wouldn't have built the grit to challenge the auto industry giants. Every breakdown was building something, and Elon knew it even when it felt like everything was falling apart. Now, here's the part that matters for you. You don't need to be launching rockets or running billion-dollar companies to use this mindset. Everyone faces breakdowns. It could be losing your job, ending a relationship, failing at a goal. Whatever it is, you have a choice. You can let it crush you, or you can use it. You can ask the same question Elon did: what matters most right now? And then move forward, one small step at a time. Elon also leans heavily on visualization during these moments. He imagines the outcome he's aiming for, even when it seems impossible. This isn't fantasy, it's training. When you can hold a positive image of your future in your mind, you give your brain a target, and your actions start aligning with that target, even when your current situation looks like chaos. That's how you move through breakdowns, by keeping your eyes on the breakthrough. Another key part of Elon's mindset is emotional control. He doesn't let panic dictate his decisions. He once said, I think it's possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. That word choose is everything. Positivity is a choice. Strength is a choice. Every day, every moment, especially in hard times, you get to choose what kind of person you want to be. And the more you practice that choice, the more powerful it becomes. It's easy to be hopeful when things are going well, The real test is who you are when everything's on the line. Elon Musk passed that test not because he was fearless, but because he moved forward anyway. That's the core of positive thinking. Not avoiding pain, but refusing to be controlled by it. So, if you're going through your own version of rock bottom, remember this. You are not broken. You are being broken open. Your pain has a purpose. And if you choose to respond with courage, focus, and relentless belief in what's possible, you'll rise. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you will. Because like Elon Musk, you'll understand that breakdowns are not the end. They're the beginning of your breakthrough. Keep your mind focused. Keep your vision clear. Keep your hope alive, not because everything is perfect, but because you refuse to let negativity write your story. Your breakthrough is coming. Think like it, move like it, and never, ever stop believing in it. Elon Musk isn't just building rockets, he's building mental armor. This is how you can do the same with nothing but your mind. Elon Musk isn't just training rockets to land on Mars, he's training his brain to think like a planet saver. And that's what makes him different. Because long before he revolutionized industries, he mastered something far more important, the way he thinks. What if you could do the same? What if the future you dream of isn't waiting for the perfect opportunity, but for a new way of thinking? Elon doesn't just set goals, he programs his mind to hit them. And you can do it too. The way you train your brain will shape your entire life. And today, you're going to learn exactly how Elon does it and how to start applying it to your own life, no matter where you're starting from. The first thing Elon Musk understands is that your brain is not a fixed machine, it's a tool that can be shaped, stretched, and upgraded. Most people treat their minds like a storage unit. Elon treats his like a launch pad. He constantly feeds it new challenges, new problems, and new solutions. He doesn't avoid hard thinking, he craves it. That's not natural. That's training. Elon once said he approaches knowledge like a semantic tree. First, you build the trunk, the fundamentals. Then, you start adding branches and leaves, specific skills, ideas, innovations. That structure is powerful. Most people jump into learning by grabbing random facts or following trends. Elon builds a foundation. For example, before starting Tesla, he studied the physics of energy. Before launching SpaceX, he didn't just hire engineers, he became one. He studied rocket science on his own, reading college textbooks, asking questions, and breaking things down to first principles. First principles thinking is one of the sharpest mental tools Elon uses, and you can use it too. It means getting rid of assumptions and rebuilding your understanding from the ground up. Let's say you want to change your career. Instead of saying, "I can't because I don't have experience," ask, "What is the fundamental skill required? Can I learn that skill? How?" This method breaks problems down to their simplest components, so you can build real solutions instead of being trapped by excuses. But Elon's brain training isn't just about logic, it's about belief. He trains himself to expect progress, not perfection progress. Every step forward builds confidence. Every failure becomes feedback. He doesn't dwell on what went wrong, he extracts the lesson, upgrades the strategy, and moves. That's mental discipline. That's brain training. One of Elon's most underrated habits is how he manages information. In a world overloaded with noise, Elon filters ruthlessly. He doesn't waste mental space on drama, distractions, or gossip. He feeds his mind like an athlete fuels his body deliberately. Books, science papers, expert conversations, those are his mental nutrients. And here's the lesson. Your environment shapes your mind. What you watch, read, and listen to, those are your inputs. If you want powerful outputs, start with better inputs. Elon also uses stress as a trigger for focus. When things go wrong, and they often do, he narrows his thoughts, centers on the problem, and searches for solutions like a machine. He doesn't let stress scatter his mind. He lets it sharpen it. That's a trained response, and it's something you can build. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause, breathe. Ask, what's the root of this problem? What's the next smallest step I can take? That shift from chaos to clarity is the essence of Musk's mental mastery. Let's talk about speed. Elon believes in learning fast and executing faster. He doesn't wait for perfect conditions. He builds, tests, fails, and repeats. This is a form of mental momentum. The more you do, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you grow. And when your brain is used to constant improvement, success becomes a pattern, not an accident. That's why Elon's companies move faster than governments. He's trained himself and his teams to think, decide, and act with precision and urgency. And then there's vision. Elon doesn't just focus on the next goal. He sees 10 steps ahead. He trains his mind to visualize the world he's building, not just what it looks like, but how it works. That's not fantasy. That's mental architecture. The more vivid your vision, the more powerful your mind becomes at aligning your actions to reach it. Every morning, Elon wakes up knowing what future he's building. Do you? If not, start small. Begin by setting a clear mental target, something that excites you, scares you, and stretches you. Write it down, say it out loud, visualize it daily. Your brain loves repetition. The more you feed it a vision, the more it starts to believe, and once belief kicks in, action becomes easier. Training your brain like Elon Musk isn't about becoming a genius. It's about building mental habits that shape how you think, decide, and act. It's about questioning everything you assume, feeding your mind with power, and staying focused when the world gets noisy. Your brain is the control center of your life, and like any tool, it sharpens with use. So from this moment on, stop waiting to feel motivated. Start training your mind to move forward anyway. Read smarter, think deeper, cut distractions, embrace problems, visualize success, and most of all, believe in the power of your thoughts to shape your future. You don't need a rocket to get to Mars. You need a mind that refuses to settle. Train it, strengthen it, launch it. Your life is waiting. Elon Musk doesn't believe in blind hope, but he does believe in something far more powerful. And it's the key to breakthrough success. Most people believe you have to choose between being positive and being realistic. Elon Musk believes that's a false choice. He lives by a mindset called optimistic realism, a powerful way of thinking that embraces reality without surrendering to it. This mindset has helped him survive brutal failures, launch impossible projects, and push humanity toward a future no one else dared to imagine. It's not blind hope. It's not toxic positivity. It's something stronger, something sharper, and it might be the exact shift you need to face your own challenges with power, clarity, and confidence. Let's get one thing straight. Elon Musk is not a dreamer who floats above problems. He lives in them. He dives deep into the data, the breakdowns, the brutal truths most people run from. But here's the difference. He doesn't let that reality crush his belief in a better future. He knows what's wrong and still chooses to believe it can be fixed. That's optimistic realism. You don't deny the problem. You define it, study it, confront it, and then decide to move anyway. Forward, always forward. Think about how Elon tackled the early days of Tesla. The electric car industry was a joke. Batteries were expensive, charging stations didn't exist. People laughed at the idea. Investors walked away, engineers quit, but Elon stayed. Why? Because he saw the brutal facts and still believed in the outcome. He said, "The likelihood of failure is high, but it's worth trying." That's the mindset. Not "we can't fail," but "even if we fail, it's worth it." That kind of thinking is rare, and it's what separates the extraordinary from everyone else. Optimistic realism is like standing in the middle of a storm, soaked and freezing, and still saying, "We can build something here." It's the refusal to be a victim of circumstances. When Elon sees problems, he doesn't panic. He breaks them down. He asks, what are the facts? What are the constraints? What's the best possible outcome given what we know? That shift from emotion to action is what powers his decisions. You can apply this in your own life, no matter what you're facing. Start by being honest with yourself. Where are you struggling? What's really holding you back? Don't sugarcoat it. Write it down. Name it. That's step one. But don't stop there. The next step is to ask, what's still possible? That question lights a fire in your brain. It turns pain into possibility. And that's exactly how Elon thinks when facing massive, complex problems. One of the most incredible examples of optimistic realism is SpaceX. The company almost died multiple times. Rocket explosions, funding shortfalls, industry ridicule. Elon had every reason to quit. But he didn't. He accepted the failures, learned from them, and doubled down. He famously said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." That's the difference. Most people wait for the odds to look good. Elon acts in spite of them. He trains his teams the same way. At SpaceX, the culture is brutally honest. If something doesn't work, it's exposed immediately. No egos, no denial. But once the issue is identified, the energy shifts to, how do we fix it? That balance, truth, and optimism is what keeps the mission alive. You can adopt this mindset in your daily life. Let's say you're trying to build a business, or change careers, or overcome a personal failure. First, get honest. What are the obstacles? What do you need to learn? Where did you mess up? Don't flinch. But then ask, what can I build with what I have? What small win is possible today? That's how you create momentum. That's how you rewire your brain to keep pushing, even when it's hard. Elon doesn't wake up with a guaranteed win. He wakes up and chooses to keep trying every single day. Optimistic realism is a choice. It's the decision to focus on what's possible even when it's tough, even when it's uncertain. And the more you practice it, the more powerful you become. Your brain will try to talk you out of it. It will say, this is too hard. You failed too much. You're not good enough. That's normal. But you're not here to be normal. You're here to break patterns. So talk back. Say, yes, it's hard, but I'm not done yet. That's the Elon Musk mindset. You don't need guarantees. You need grit. You need focus. And you need belief. Not in perfect outcomes, but in your ability to keep going. Optimistic realism doesn't protect you from failure. It equips you to rise after it. It turns every no into a challenge, every obstacle into a puzzle, every delay into a lesson. And when you live this way, you become unstoppable not because you never fall, but because you always get back up with a better plan. Elon Musk isn't fearless. He just believes the future is worth fighting for, and so should you. Your life, your dream, your vision, it matters. And even when things feel impossible, you can choose to face reality with eyes wide open and still move forward with purpose. That's the power of optimistic realism. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be real and still believe. Face the facts, and then build anyway. That's how Elon Musk thinks, and that's how your breakthrough begins. Every time Elon Musk gets punched by life, he grows stronger. The secret isn't just resilience, it's something deeper, and you can master it too. Every great success story has a moment where it could have ended, where the pressure was too much, the pain too deep, the failure too loud. And most people, they give up. But Elon Musk, he flips the script. He doesn't run from obstacles, he feeds off them. He turns every setback into momentum, every rejection into redirection, every failure into fuel. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's a mental switch you can flip to, and once you do, nothing can stop you. Imagine being told over and over again that your ideas are impossible. Imagine failing publicly, burning through billions of dollars, and becoming a global punchline. That's what Elon faced. And yet, instead of crumbling, he doubled down. Why? Because Elon understands something most people don't. Obstacles are not the end of the road. They are the road. Let's take a real moment from Elon's journey. SpaceX had already failed 3 rocket launches, each one a complete disaster. Millions lost, years of work gone in seconds. People were calling him a fraud. Investors were pulling out. His entire vision of privatizing space travel was crumbling. Any reasonable person would have walked away. But Elon didn't. He emptied the last of his own money into a 4th launch. One more chance, and it worked. That single success changed history. But here's the real secret. It wasn't luck. It was mindset. He took the failure, learned everything he could from it, and used it to improve. That's the mental flip. Most people experience failure and shut down. Elon experiences failure and powers up. He treats obstacles like data feedback that sharpens the next move. This isn't just resilience, it's transformation. It's using the very thing that's trying to break you as the thing that builds you. Elon once said, "Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough." That sentence is electric because it redefines failure as a requirement for success. It's not a detour, it's part of the path. This is one of the most powerful mental shifts you can make. Instead of fearing challenges, you start looking for them. You start asking, what is this trying to teach me? How can I use this? Think about your own life. The rejection, the disappointment, the mistakes you still carry. What if you stopped treating them like weight and started treating them like wings? What if every hard thing you faced is actually your training ground? That's how Elon thinks. That's how he builds, not just companies, but character. Here's another core part of this mindset: emotional detachment from failure. Elon doesn't take setbacks personally. He doesn't see failure as a reflection of his worth. He sees it as a system breakdown, a fixable process. So instead of spiraling into shame, he analyzes it. He breaks it apart. What went wrong? Why? How can we make it better next time? That kind of thinking turns chaos into clarity, and you can do the same. Start by reframing how you talk to yourself. When something goes wrong, don't say, "I'm a failure." Say, "This is feedback." Your brain listens. And the more you respond to failure with curiosity instead of fear, the more powerful you become. Elon's also known for tackling the hardest problems first. While most people look for easy wins, he runs toward the toughest obstacle. Why? Because he knows that's where growth happens. That's where the breakthrough lives. That's the part everyone avoids, so if you face it, you gain a massive edge. Let's say you're trying to build something, a business, a new habit, a new life, and you hit a wall. What do? Most stop. Elon would tell you, study the wall. Understand it, find the cracks, create pressure, and push through. That process doesn't just get you past the wall, it makes you stronger for the next one. This is why Elon's companies have survived where others failed. It's not just the technology, it's the mindset, the culture of learning, the obsession with improvement. He turns obstacles into fuel and teaches everyone around him to do the same. But this mindset isn't only for billionaires, it's for you. No matter what your dream is, no matter how far behind you feel, if you're breathing, you still have the power to change. You still have the power to flip the script. Every time something hard hits you, ask, how do I use this? That single question can shift your whole reality. You're going to face pain, loss, setbacks. That's not a maybe it's a guarantee. But how you respond? That's your power. That's your edge. That's your Elon switch. You can let life knock you down, or you can let it wake you up. So the next time you fall, don't waste energy on regret. Use it for momentum. The next time someone doubts you, let it fuel your focus. The next time you feel like quitting, remember this: the obstacle is the way. And every step you take through it builds the mind, the strength, and the future that's waiting for you. You are not defined by what blocks you. You are defined by how you move through it. Elon Musk proves it. And now, so can you. Turn your obstacles into fuel, flip the script, and power forward no matter what. If everyone told you your dream was impossible, would you still believe? Elon Musk did. And this is the mental shift that made it real. What if the only thing standing between you and your dream life was one simple belief? Not money, not talent, not timing, just belief. Elon Musk has built his life, his companies, and his future on a foundation most people would call insane. The belief that the impossible is always possible. Not someday, not for someone else, right now, for you, for all of us. And if you're willing to believe in the impossible, even when logic tells you not to, you might just unlock a life that defies every expectation. Let's be honest, the word impossible is everywhere. It's in the voice that says you're not ready. It's in the eyes of the people who laugh at your goals. It's in the systems that try to keep you small. But Elon Musk doesn't run from impossible. He runs toward it. He looks it in the face and says, "Watch me." He doesn't wait for permission. He gives himself permission. And that's where everything begins. When Elon announced he was going to build reusable rockets, the space industry laughed. Reusable rockets? Impossible. When he launched Tesla, experts said electric cars could never compete with gasoline. Too slow, too expensive, impossible. When he shared his plan to build a brain-computer interface with Neuralink, people thought it was sci-fi fantasy. But time and time again, Elon has taken ideas that the world rejected and turned them into reality. So how does he do it? It starts with one mental rule: never let your beliefs be limited by someone else's vision. Elon doesn't ask, is it realistic? He asks, is it right? Is this the future that needs to exist? And if the answer is yes, he commits, fully, even when the odds are low, even when the experts say no, because Elon understands that progress only happens when someone dares to believe in what doesn't yet exist. And here's the truth most people miss. Impossible is just a temporary label. It's a word we use to describe what hasn't been done yet. But everything you see today, your phone, the internet, planes, skyscrapers was once called impossible until someone did it. So when you tell yourself, I can't, you're not stating a fact, you're reciting a fear. Elon rewired his brain to break through that fear. And you can too. It starts with imagining a future that excites you, even if it scares you. Elon isn't just motivated by money or fame, he's driven by vision. A vision so big, it forces his brain to expand. He visualizes that future so clearly that it pulls him forward. That's why he keeps going when things get hard, because he's not working for today. He's working for tomorrow, for what's possible. And when doubt creeps in, he doesn't shut it down with fake confidence. He investigates it, he dissects it, and then he asks, what would have to be true to make this work? That question unlocks a whole new level of thinking. It shifts your mind from why it won't work to how it could work. That's the path to the impossible. Now think about your own life. What dreams have you silenced because they seemed out of reach? What goals have you buried because they felt too big, too far, too hard? What if you gave yourself permission to believe again? What if you looked at your vision not as a fantasy, but as a plan in progress? Believing in the impossible doesn't mean ignoring the challenges. Elon faces impossible challenges every single day, but he doesn't let them stop him. He studies them, learns from them, adapts. He surrounds himself with people who challenge his thinking. He obsesses over improvement. That's the secret. Belief isn't passive, it's active. It's a daily decision to stay focused, stay curious, and stay moving. And yes, you'll be criticized, you'll be doubted. People will say you're unrealistic. Let them. Elon has been called crazy more times than he can count, but he wears it like armor because he knows something most people forget. Today's crazy idea is tomorrow's revolution. Every bold invention started as someone's impossible dream. You have to be willing to look foolish, to risk failure, to keep building when no one's clapping. Because belief is tested in silence. It's forged in solitude. But if you keep going, if you keep believing, the world will catch up. And when it does, you won't just change your life, you'll change the lives of everyone watching you. So here's the challenge. Stop asking if it's possible. Ask if it's necessary. Ask if it's meaningful. Ask if it sets your soul on fire. And if it does go all in, build the vision, speak the dream, take the first step. Elon Musk didn't wait for the world to agree with him. He decided to believe and then prove the world wrong. You can do the same. Whatever your dream is, no matter how far-fetched it seems, start building it. Not because it's easy, but because it matters. Because the impossible only stays impossible until someone decides it's not. Believe boldly, act bravely, and never forget, impossible is just a starting point. Success isn't luck, it's repetition. And the way Elon Musk thinks every single day is your roadmap to a better life. Success isn't some sudden explosion. It's not one big lucky break. It's built in the quiet, daily choices that no one sees. And Elon Musk is living proof. Behind the global headlines, behind the rocket launches and electric cars, there's a pattern, a set of mind habits that Elon repeats every single day. These habits are simple but powerful. And if you want to live differently, think differently, succeed differently, this is where you start. With your mind, your focus, your rhythm. Not just once in a while, but every single day. Elon Musk's mind doesn't wander aimlessly. It's trained, tuned, conditioned like a high-performance engine. He starts each day not by reacting to the world, but by aligning with his mission. Before emails, before meetings, before the noise, he checks in with the big picture. What's the most important thing today? That question guides everything else. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. One of Elon's key habits is ruthless prioritization. He doesn't chase trends. He doesn't get distracted by every shiny idea. He focuses on first principles, the root problems, the core truths. Every decision, every task is weighed against one question. Will this get me closer to the goal? If the answer is no, it's cut. No guilt, no hesitation. This discipline of focus is rare, and it's a big reason why Elon can run multiple billion-dollar companies without losing his mind. He also builds his day around deep work, intense, uninterrupted focus. Whether he's designing rockets or solving software problems, he carves out hours to dive into the hardest parts of the work. No multitasking, no jumping between tabs. Just one problem, one solution at a time. This habit isn't just about productivity, it's about training the mind to think deeply, clearly, and creatively. That's how real breakthroughs happen. Elon also keeps a daily habit of learning, not for status, not to show off, but because he's obsessed with understanding. He reads constantly textbooks, science journals, engineering manuals. He asks questions like a student, even when he's the smartest person in the room. That humility, that hunger to learn, it's not just inspiring, it's essential, because the world changes fast, and those who stop learning get left behind. Here's a mind trick Elon uses that you can apply immediately. Question your assumptions every day. Don't take anything for granted. Don't assume something's true just because it's always been done that way. Elon breaks down problems to the core and rebuilds them from scratch. That's why he sees possibilities others miss. If you want to innovate, you have to think for yourself. And that starts with asking better questions. Another daily habit? Emotional control. Elon has admitted that being a CEO is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. It's pressure, constant pressure. But instead of reacting emotionally, he trains himself to respond strategically. When something goes wrong, and it often does, he pauses, assesses, responds with logic, not panic. That kind of calm under fire isn't a gift. It's a habit, and it's one you can build. Let's talk about self-talk the way Elon talks to himself inside his mind. It's not fluff, it's practical. When things get tough, he doesn't tell himself everything's fine. He tells himself, we can fix this. That mindset is powerful. It doesn't deny the challenge, it faces it and still moves forward. Your brain listens to how you talk to yourself. So start speaking to yourself like someone who's capable, who's focused, who's building something important. One of the most underrated habits Elon uses is energy management. He protects his time and focus like gold. He doesn't waste mental energy on things he can't control. He doesn't argue over nonsense. He doesn't give away his peace. That's a choice, and it's a habit. Every day, you get to choose where your energy goes, and that choice creates your results. He also reflects. At the end of the day, he reviews what worked, what didn't, what can be improved. This reflection habit turns every experience into a lesson, and that daily feedback loop keeps him sharp, agile, and always evolving. Here's what all these habits have in common. They're repeatable. You don't need billions of dollars or a genius IQ to build them. You just need consistency. You need to choose the habits that serve your vision and repeat them until they become automatic. That's how Elon does it. Not with giant leaps, but with daily mental reps. Over time, those small choices become unstoppable momentum. So what does this mean for you? It means your future isn't waiting to be discovered, it's waiting to be built. And it starts with the mind habits you practice every day. What you read, what you focus on, how you talk to yourself, how you solve problems. These things shape your destiny. Decide today that you'll think like someone building something important. Eliminate distractions. Prioritize your mission. Learn constantly. Question deeply. Reflect daily. And protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Elon Musk didn't become who he is by accident. He became who he is by design. And that design is made of daily decisions. If you want to build a life that defies limits, build the habits that shape that life one focused thought, one brave step, one powerful day at a time. Change your thoughts, and you'll change your future. Elon Musk's life proves it, and your transformation can start right now. There's a moment in everyone's life when you look in the mirror and realize this is not just about circumstances. It's not just about luck or talent or background. It's about belief, about what you believe is possible for you. Because whether you realize it or not, your beliefs are building your reality. Elon Musk understood that early. And while the world watched him build rockets, cars, satellites, and empires, what he was really building, behind the scenes, was a belief system so strong, it rewired his life from the ground up. It all starts with one truth. You become what you believe. Not what you want, not what you wish, but what you truly believe you are capable of. If you believe you're limited, you'll act like it. If you believe the world is against you, your brain will find proof. But if you believe you are made to create, to lead, to rise, your entire life starts to move in that direction. Elon Musk doesn't believe he's lucky. He doesn't believe he's superhuman. He believes he can learn anything, solve anything, and build anything if he applies enough thought, effort, and time. That's not arrogance, it's certainty. And that certainty was built over years of choosing bold beliefs even when the evidence said otherwise. Think about it. The guy who taught himself rocket science didn't do it because he was a genius. He did it because he believed he could. The guy who risked everything on electric cars didn't do it because he had guarantees. He did it because he believed the world needed a better way and he could build it. That belief is powerful. It overrides fear, it overrides doubt, and it gives you the fuel to keep going when everyone else quits. But Elon didn't always have that belief. He built it, slowly, intentionally, through action, through failure, through proving to himself again and again that he could rise. That's the blueprint. You don't wait for belief to show up. You create it one decision at a time. You start by identifying the beliefs that are holding you back, the invisible scripts running through your head. I'm not smart enough. I'm too late. People like me don't succeed. Stop and question those thoughts. Who gave them to you? Are they facts or just fear? Elon's greatest strength isn't just his mind, it's his ability to reject beliefs that don't serve him. You can do the same. Replace I can't with I'm learning. Replace it's too hard with this will teach me something. Replace I'm stuck with there's always another move. These aren't empty affirmations, they're belief upgrades. And they work because your brain follows the direction of your dominant thoughts. Change the direction and you change your life. Elon also believes in the power of action to reshape belief. Every time he takes on a massive challenge, he doesn't wait to feel ready. He starts, he builds, he fails, he learns. And every experience adds a new layer of confidence, a new level of belief. That's how transformation happens, not in one giant leap, but in steady, consistent action fueled by faith in the mission. And when belief wavers, and it does, Elon doesn't panic. He revisits his vision, he zooms out, he reminds himself why he started. This habit of reconnecting with your why is vital, because belief isn't just mental, it's emotional. It needs fuel, passion, purpose. If your dream doesn't move you emotionally, it won't last when things get tough. So ask yourself, what do you believe about your future, about your worth, about your ability to change? Not what you tell people. What you really believe when no one's watching. That's the foundation. And the good news? You can rebuild that foundation starting now. Start by acting like the person you want to become. What do they believe? How do they speak? How do they solve problems? Begin showing up as that version of you, even if it feels unnatural at first. Over time, your brain adjusts. Your belief strengthens. Your results shift. Because belief isn't just a thought, it's a choice you prove with action. Elon Musk doesn't wake up with less fear than you. He wakes up with more belief. Belief that his ideas matter. Belief that solutions exist. Belief that he was made to make an impact, and he refuses to let doubt have the final word. That belief built his life, and yours can too. The future isn't written in stone. It's written in thought. And every thought you choose today becomes part of your tomorrow. Choose belief. Choose growth. Choose to rewrite the script you've been living by. You are not limited. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are becoming. And the more you believe in that becoming, the faster it arrives. Your greatest life is waiting. Not on the other side of more money, more approval, more perfection. It's waiting on the other side of belief. So believe fully. Believe boldly. And like Elon Musk, start building a life that reflects the power of what you know to be true. You are more capable than you've ever allowed yourself to imagine. Now, it's time to prove it. Thanks for watching my video. If you found it helpful or inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your one comment can motivate us to create even better content. Stay curious, keep learning, and never stop growing. See you in the next video.